Right, morning everyone. Right, okay, before we get on with the soil prep, just wanted to go over something on the steps. Hold on, there we go. Right, so, the weight of these alone is about 3/4 of a tonne in total, but to make sure that they don't move, I've got these. It's just a 1 metre metal rod, 10mm, and use these as a ground anchor. And what I'm going to do is centre of the bottom step here, and I've got another one I'm going to put in the centre of the step up here, and it's literally just in case lots of muscle. So I've got 10mm drill bit to actually cut through. Now actually that's a stone drill bit, but I do have another one just to cut through, and then it's just a case of hitting through with a mallet, and I'll just take it right down, and that will stop any shift in it. It's been up for 2 weeks, and the line here shows it hasn't shifted. Didn't think it was going to, and this is probably overkill, but I'm going to do it anyway, just because I can. Right, so we've got all this garden now, so where do we start? We've got a lot of ground to cover, so the best place to start is knowing where you want to actually end up. So we've got, on the patio, we've got a large outdoor dining set, which is actually going to go across here. So we need to have level ground there. Now the tree's far enough over so that table can go in between. What we're going to allow for is enough space at the back so that the table can sit along here, space for the chair, and space to get it open with a small little border that we're going to have here. We're going to grow some climbers up on the wall. So I need to work out how far out we need to come with it being level, and then we're going to graduate down and then smooth off. They also want, you can see it's on quite a curve at the moment, the upper area has got quite a few changes in level, so that wants to be leveled as well, specifically with the drain and the water outlet that's below there. They're actually going to have a chain that's going to run down. It's actually, I think it's coming from Colombia, that's going to run down to the drain, so the soil level needs to actually go horizontal across there. Now I've got to work out what I'm going to do over here to actually graduate it round. But if we also look from over this side, we can see there's undulation coming down the garden. So from up here, it dips down, comes up, dips down again, and then comes up slightly, and then dips down again. So I want to actually graduate that to give a nice long smooth line right the way up. There's a lot of soil that's up at the top there. There's actually some sand in there as well. You know, one thing with builder's sand, there's lots of salts and minerals that are in it. You can get horticultural wash sand, which you can use for doing top dressing, which I've got a separate video of. You can't use normal building sand because the minerals and the salts will actually burn off the roots of any turf, or it will burn the radicals on any seed you put down. So that's all got to come out and then be replaced with some good topsoil that's not going to kill it. So that'll be part of the process. And for the rest of it, where we've actually turned everything over now, we've got lots of roots that are going to need to be removed, and lots of stones. Now I know under here, now they're actually deep enough down that they're not going to be an issue, but there's lots of stones like this. Fortunately, apart from this little chalky area here where there used to be a rockery with a raised flint wall, most of the garden we don't actually need to take many stones out because the condition of it's actually pretty good. And the only other thing that's the only other thing that's part of what we need to do here, because rotivators you can't get them to the edge of the garden, just around the edge you need to go around and actually dig that over with a fork to get any bits of plants and roots and bits out of there. Also clear up the little bits of ivy and the little bits that are poking through, and then just to tidy it up. So fair bit of work, won't get it finished today, but the actual levelling part of it and moving the soil about will get a good chunk of it done. So there we are now, it's just before 11. I probably won't finish till 6ish, maybe 7, just depends. There's still a lot of moisture in the soil from the rain over the last couple of days, but that will actually dry out as I rake it. The sun's starting to come out, so with any luck that'll help dry it out. There's not much breeze, which helps to dry it. Right, morning everyone. It's morning again because we found this. You can't really see it, but it is a bloody great big root. It's about 8 foot long, which meant, problem is, this level here, once I've started grading and moving everything about, the soil level's going to probably be about this height, and this is about 4 inches above it, which is going to completely ruin the pathway and the grass. So had to bring in the heavy mob. I've already got a video on how to use this particular unit. I've used this one a few times before. Now when I post this up, it won't have the link on it straight away, but I'll actually add that on a bit later, and I'll give you a link straight to that video for that one. So we got started, got a load of bits out the other day, but we've still got a ton to do. So I'm going to use this to get this out. It's going to take about an hour or so just to do that, and then I can use it to take it round the edge and take out any other old bits that would have normally done with a mattock or just with a shovel and a fork. But I can get the rest of those finished off. And the last couple of bits which I actually missed is this one down here. It's a bit foolish. And there's a little one there that'll take about 20 seconds to come out, and I might just use it to take these other bits out down here because they were just going to be dug out. Not too difficult, most of those, but it'll just be a lot easier with that, and as I've got it here for the day, I might as well use it. Now on the soil, if you look, you can probably see it probably slightly better from over here actually. You can see on the surface slightly lighter. The sunshine and the breeze that we've had has actually started to dry out the surface a little bit. So if you brush down, you can see where there's still loads of moisture in the soil, but the surface actually starts to dry, which is good conditions, which means the soil's got plenty of moisture in it for when the turf does go down, but it's not too wet, which is just about right. Okay, we'll leave it at that for now, and I'll get on with this, and I'll post this one up now, just because I'm running out of space on my phone, and I'll come back to you later. So, have a good Monday.